education resources are questionable and arts programs are being cut, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, better known as CAAPA, has stepped up to the plate. Inspired by CAAPA as a part of its commitment in supporting classical music education and performance artists throughout the United States and abroad, we offer the Masterclass series. CAAPA marries serious music students with acclaimed music masters of color, targeting historically Black colleges and universities, or HBCUs, high school performing arts schools, and music conservatories, including schools like Howard University, Livingstone College, Morgan State University, Detroit School for the Arts, Morehouse College, Texas Southern University, Spelman College, the University of Kentucky, and Winston-Salem State University. The Masterclass series helps students build self-confidence, strengthen performances, hone their skills, tighten presentations, improve stage presence, work on technique, and vocal recommendations. While emphasis is placed on classical music students to participate in the Masterclass series, audiences and faculty members are also encouraged to attend the free to the public sessions, an exciting and fresh way to help CAAPA bring color to the classics. The Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, funded by the National Endowment for the Arts, in partnership with Spelman College, a choice to change the world, presents the Masterclass series, the premier Black classical music Masterclass series. Indra Thomas has established herself as an artist of incredible sensitivity, poise, and virtuosity. Considered one of the foremost Aidas of her time, she has performed in many of the world-class opera houses and venues, including the Metropolitan Opera in New York, Vienna Stadtopera in Vienna, Austria, and Opera Africa in Johannesburg, South Africa, just to name a few. While in her teens, she first came to widespread attention when she sang What a Friend We Have in Jesus in the funeral scene of the Academy Award-winning film Driving Miss Daisy. Later, Miss Thomas was nominated for an Emmy for her performance of the Porgy and Bess Suite with the New York Philharmonic Orchestra on their New Year's Eve broadcast live from Lincoln Center. And she also was Grammy nominated for her recording of Michael Tippett's A Child of Our Time with the London Symphony Orchestra. Her latest film credit includes The Upside, starring Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston. A minister's daughter whose mother was a nurse and gifted amateur singer, Miss Thomas was born and raised in Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. She is currently the visiting voice instructor and director of opera at her alma mater, Shorter University, and is a graduate of the prestigious Academy of Vocal Arts in Philadelphia. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome Ms. Indra Thomas. Hello, hello. Before we meet the music master, I just would like to say hello to everyone and welcome to the next installment of CAAPA's virtual masterclass series. My name is Angela Renée Simpson, and I am your host and program director for the series. I would like to thank Spelman College and its music department for agreeing to partner with us today in bringing color to the classics. To the Spelman music students who are observing via Zoom, please feel free to ask any questions you may have for Ms. Indra Thomas after she finishes working with Ms. Richardson. Those who are present and are just observing, please feel free to use the chat button for your questions. And those who are watching on Facebook Live, please post your questions in the comments. Now, without further ado, I bring to you our music master soprano, Ms. Indra Thomas, followed by Spelman Junior soprano, Ms. Alexis Prescott.
Hello, everyone. and welcome to the Masterclass series. I am I'm very much looking forward to listening to these wonderful young women, and I think we should get started. I think the first person is Miss Prescott. Hello, Miss Prescott. Please introduce yourself and please tell us what you're singing today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alexis Victoria Prescott, and I'm a graduating senior music major at Spelman College. Today, I'll be performing Let the Bright Seraphim from Samson by Handel. There's the bright seraphim in the burning room. Their loud, uplifted angel trumpets blow. There's the bright seraphim in the burning room, burning, burning room. Their loud, uplifted angel trumpets blow. Their loud, uplifted angel trumpets blow. It's the bright seraphim in the burning room. In the burning, burning room. Heaven held, uplifted, angel trumpets blow. The loud, uplifted, angel trumpets blow. Uplifted angel trumpets blow. Let the cherubic host in tuneful choirs touch the immortal harps with golden wires. Let the cherubic host in tuneful choirs touch the immortal harps, touch the immortal harps with golden wires. Touch the immortal harps with golden wires. It's the bright seraphim in the burning room. Their loud, uplifted angel trumpets blow. Let the bright seraphim in the burning room, burning, burning room. Their loud, uplifted angel trumpets blow. Their loud, uplifted angel trumpets blow.
let your trumpets blow.
Thank you very much, Ms. Prescott. Very nice, very nice. I like to do in my master classes, I like to ask what one thing you liked about your performance today.
Okay. One thing I liked about my performance was that I tried to relax.
Uh-huh.
That always helps me. It helps me with this song specifically because when I'm relaxed, my breath can spin a little bit freer. So I like that before I started to sing this time, I took a conscious effort to breathe and
Yeah.
relax.
Good for you. I saw a little bit of that in this as well. So let's talk a little bit about let's address the breath and the support that that for this song, because this song requires a lot of that in it, right? Talk to me. How do you manage your support? How do you manage your support? I guess what do you do to support the phrase? Can you go step by step and telling me what you do to get to get yourself ready to sing a phrase? I'm interested.
So what I do is I try to take a really deep breath, both like lower in my abdomen, but also I try to feel it in my back before I start the phrase. Because I notice that if I take a bad breath, the phrase will be shaky. So
Yeah.
that's really what I try to do to
Okay.
support the breath. And sometimes I move. I like to bounce a lot.
Yeah.
That helps me.
Yeah. That keeps you loose, right?
Yes.
That keeps you free and all the above. Can I try something with you?
Yes.
First of all, do you know? Do you know a little bit? Let's tell the audience a little bit about Samson. Do you know a little bit? Just to give me a few things, a few little details about it. Do you know?
Yes, so for me, like my character is called the Israelite woman, and right now, this is basically a fanfare, and I'm trying to get everybody to rejoice about the death of Samson, basically because he was like one of the heroes, and so I'm trying to get everyone to rejoice, and so I'm
Right.
fanfare.
Right. So this is an oratorio, correct?
Yeah.
And and this is taken from the Bible. It's specifically chapter 16 from the Bible. This is after his hair got cut and that Delilah tricked him and got his hair cut. This is after all that. He's right. This is the day before he died, or the day before he dies. And so he brings down the building. There's 3 acts in this, right? He brings down the building, and of course, like you said, everybody is moaning about this. And I'm saying on this for a reason, because there's a certain characterization that we want to bring into music to help us sing the music, right? So she's calling on all the angels, the Seraphim and the Cherubim, all of them, to come and to participate in rejoicing this heroic man, Samson. Yay, Samson, okay? So with that said, but it's interesting because it's one of those songs that's this, right? But our body has to be this in order to sing it. It's so psychological singing, you know? So can you try, I want to just try a few things with you about taking in the breath and where to take in the breath and understanding that the vowels are needed to vibrate on this breath. So can you just take your tongue, and I just want you to just relax it at the bottom of your mouth, right? And I'm gonna try to give you a pitch here. Give me a second.
Okay.
So with that said, I want you to breathe in with your tongue very like almost hanging out like this, right? Right, not so the mouth not so open, just a relaxed jaw, so that we get. I can't get my thing. I'm sorry. One second. So, right. So, can I get you to sing "Let" with the tongue so relaxed? Just sing that first opening line for me. Breathe in with a relaxed tongue, and then sing. Right? Is that the right pitch?
I can give myself a pitch.
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Good. Now do it again. I want the shoulders down when it happens. Try it. Ready? Good, good, good. Now, when you go to the word roll, give me a good O vowel, will you? Good. One more thing. So there's a space right below the sternum. There's a little soft spot right below the sternum. Can you breathe into that spot?
Yes.
Right? Can you feel it when you breathe in? Can you feel it expand?
Yes.
Good. So can you keep that expanded while the tongue is relaxed? Just try it.
Okay.
Right there. Right, right. Talk to me about that. Did you feel that expansion there?
Yes, I felt the expansion. And also, yeah, I felt myself trying to like contrive, against the expansion, but it was trying to push through, if that makes sense.
Right, 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 precisely. So remember keeping the tongue nice and relaxed while you do this, okay? We're not going to understand the word yet. I just need you to understand what it feels like to take in a calm, easy breath and sing with that calm, easy breath with your lower body supporting all of that. Again, with the same concept. Take a nice deep breath into that spot right there below the sternum. Relax tongue, and then give me the song, the first phrase again. Ready? Right, right. Good for you. Good for you. Now we know about mask singing, right? We know about singing in the mask, right? So I want you to aim everything to the tip of your nose. Okay? Everything to the tip of the nose. Again, can I have it one more time? Good, good, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. So can I get you dear Lord, and for every time you sing the quarter notes in this section, can you flex that little section? Dear Lord, right? And keep that forward. Keep it nice and vertical. Vertical, nice and vertical. Dear Lord, try it. Ready? Yet? The Lord uplifted angel trumpets blow. Yeah. How does that feel? Talk about that.
It felt a lot better. It felt so much freer. It felt like I could do more because my breath wasn't so constricted.
Right. You're so funny. We want to take the deep breaths in, but we're not even thinking about our neck and our tongue. Because it doesn't matter how big the breath is or how much air you go in. If it's not relaxed here, it's like a straw that's bent. If the straw is bent, we can't get all the liquid we want. We have to keep it straight. And that's that kind of concept, I think, with that, keeping that freedom and that relaxation, and hopefully keeping the soft palate up and having it move through the resonators is what I found, singing this. Can we start it? Do you have markers? Can you think you can start it a few minutes before you come in with this concept?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. At the beginning again, right? Just a measure before I come in?
Yeah, one measure, a few, yes. Okay. Right at the beginning, please. Yes, thank you. Remember to relax and breathe in.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I need to get instructed.
No problem.
Remember to relax the tongue. Keep the tongue nice and relaxed. And we're going to breathe into that spot. And that's this spot. We're going to put all the words in this spot. And the air is going to sail through the mask. There's 3 things to think about. Okay, let's try it. I'm sorry.
No problem. Okay.
Let the bright seraphim in sorry. I was saying keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Keep
I'm
going.
sorry. I'll keep going.
Yes. Right. Hey, stop it.
Okay.
Oh, talk to me about that. Talk to me about that. Can you work with that? That sounds like something you can work with.
Yes, and that it
To
really
get
does.
it.
Yes, it helps a lot. When I did it this last time, it felt so much easier, especially with my first smaller run. I didn't feel like I had to, like do every note. It came much more naturally when I did it that way and focused on the breath.
Precisely. And that's what you want. So we want the runs to be nice and clean and almost sound like a machine gun, but we also want them to sound easy as well. So be sure when you do that, when you start doing this again. I know that Trace is played for you, your accompaniments for you. So make sure you just go ahead and make sure for this, it's about tempo, right? Find an easy tempo that you can start this and keep the whole tempo, and so that you can maneuver in between the tempo for this. Because if you oscillate between slow and fast, it just wears you out so much, in a piece like this. You know what I mean? So I love what you're doing now with it. Now make sure that you have this feeling of going more vertical. It's hard because you start with the word let. You see how you have horizontal? Let the right seraphim. It's supposed to let. You see, it's a little bit more as opposed to let. They sound the same, yeah. But this one is going to be able to help. The vertical one is going to be able to help you soar higher. That makes sense to you? It's going to get the phrase when it ascends high to go and have an easier time than trying to adjust from going horizontal to vertical. And to also think, I always tell my students to think that if you're singing in classical music, it's all very horizontal. The gospel music and the musical theater music, it tends to be quite horizontal, but it's more vertical. I'm sorry, more vertical in classical singing than horizontal. So can we try it again from the beginning, please?
Yes.
And can we do more of a vertical let and then not a let?
Yes.
Let's love our seraphim with our relaxed tongue on that support that we have. So talk to me about that. When you're supporting there, do you feel that your lower back is supporting more? Do you feel it in your lower back more? What do you feel?
I feel like that I feel it more in my lower abdomen more than my back, and I have to I guess I have to remind myself to check if I feel it in the back, if that makes sense.
Yes. So check it this time. So I always find if I just focus on this little spot here, my whole lower body is in motion, because it just wasn't, the air won't work if it's not in motion. So can we try it again in more of a vertical let to the right seraphim? I don't want you to change the vowel sound. I just want you to change your mouth. So I want that ed that you have, but let the right. Let the right seraphim. And let's see if the air will just automatically want to go where it needs to go. Let's try it.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's the bright Seraphim in the burning room. In burning, burning room. The Lord
Evening.
was lifted. Angel of trumpets blow. The Lord lifted. Angel trumpets blow. Lifted angel trumpets blow.
Okay, good. Good. I want you to consider, instead of pointing out when you're singing, when you're doing all this, point to your stomach.
Okay.
Because I always
Thomas, 2 minutes.
I always feel that when you point out like that, you're giving the support there instead of giving the support here. So I want you to consider that. How do you feel? That sounded amazingly better. It sounds so much better, and so it sounded calmer. And I know we're always nervous in these master classes in the first place, so just it's okay. But it sounded more even. It sounded that you enjoyed it a little bit more. Tell me.
Thank you. It felt so much better. I did feel so much more relaxed. And yes, it allowed me to enjoy it because I love this aria so much. So really breathing like that, it just allowed me to be free and just sing.
Right. I think if you work in this direction, I think you'll find this song easier and more fun. And listen, you can breathe. I give you permission. So take breaths that you need. Okay. Don't I'd rather you take a nice planned breath and sound amazing than not and try to, be some kind of hero or something. I'd rather you be a goddess. Take the breath. Okay. Wonderful job, Miss Prescott. I enjoyed working with you. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Thomas.
Next, we'll have Spelman Junior soprano, Miss Shelby Richardson.
Hi, Miss Thomas. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good. I would love to. So please announce what you're singing and let's get started.
Of course. Well, again, my name is Shelby Richardson. I am a junior music major with concentration in voice at Spelman College, and I will be singing Autumn by Valerie Capers. The fields of green, now brown and yellow,
fantastic. Very beautiful. Thank you, Miss Richardson. Very nice. Do you know a little bit about this? Talk a little bit about this. This is a song cycle, correct? Do you know about this song cycle?
Yes, ma'am. So it's written sort of as a celebration of life, and autumn, as I interpreted it, as was the sort of moment of renewal in the life cycle. Um, so it was written by Valerie Caper. She was a blind African American woman pianist, actually the first blind graduate of Juilliard School, um, and jazz influence. So, but amazing art song composer as well.
Yes. I didn't know this song, and I did not know Miss Capers, and it was so exciting to look her up and to read about her, and that she was the first blind student to graduate from Juilliard with not just a bachelor's but a master's as well. And she has 3 honorary doctorates, and just the list goes on and on and on, just all this. And so she wrote this Song of Seasons. There she has a little clip, a little 3-minute clip on YouTube, and she talks about this. I don't know if you've seen it. I would suggest that you go and watch it, because she explains why she wrote the piece, and she explains each section. And maybe you should, I don't know if you're doing a senior recital next year, but maybe this song cycle can be great to put on your senior recital or any recital that you're doing. Okay, sounds good?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's go to Autumn. So, and that's another thing. I was happy to see that she's heavily influenced by jazz. Her father was a jazz pianist and played for a lot of great, jazz musicians and all the above. So there's a little bit of influence in that as well. So for this piece, tell me how you feel about this piece.
I absolutely love this piece. I was actually searching for repertoire, and I came across this piece, and I immediately asked my wonderful voice teacher, Miss Clark, if I could sing it this semester, because I just fell in love with it when I heard it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what made you fall in love with this piece?
I think a lot of parts about the melody are unique, but also just the feeling that she was trying to establish in the depth of the piece, yet being so light and refreshing as well. Definitely.
Right. I like the key changes. It starts in C and it ends in what, B flat or something like that. It's so funny. So, and it's funny because that's how kind of autumn. The good thing about now is that we're in the middle of autumn. So this piece can be a part of, this whole thing. Okay. So you said the thing that made you fall in love with this piece is the melody, correct? So I want to encourage you to use that on some level, right? These words are beautiful too. She did a lot of, she said when she wrote this song cycle, she was very into haiku and how haiku works. And haiku, I think specifically, besides it being, the rhythm, the pattern, the 5-7-5 rhythm or something like a pattern or something like that, it talks about, it describes things, right? So I think when she was writing this piece, I think what she was doing was trying to bring out the words as well. And I think I think this piece for you, even though you love the melody, which I think is great, the diction also needs to be more energized in this piece.
Yes,
just like German, English, we have a lot of consonants in our language, not like the Latin-based languages, right? But if we could just take our time, the fields of green, humming the N, things like that will make this makes green more special and colorize it. So can I get you to start the piece again and give me a little bit more diction? However, we're going to do what I did with the Miss Prescott, okay? We're going to make sure that you're breathing in with that nice relaxed tongue, right? We're going to do the words, but we're going to do that on a nice relaxed tongue. And instead of trying to reach for the jump, that huge jump you have there, I just want you to simply drop your jaw and think an air vowel up there. Nice air vowel. Let these vowels help you. Yellow, right? Let's try it, okay? Right. Good. 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 So you know that you're going from an oh. Be conscious of that. Tell your brain, I'm gonna sing an eh and an o, and then somehow the body just goes, hey, she's gonna sing an eh and an o. Let's get ready. It's so weird. You know how if you can think it, it's like it comes to fruition. That's how life works. Okay, kinda. If you can think it, and it somehow comes. So the support of the O on the bottom works a little better. The fields of green. Maybe hum the N instead of putting a shadow vowel behind it. And then na da da yellow. And let the L be in the front of the mouth and not American L, but more of an Italian L that comes in the front of the mouth. Can we try that again, please?
Yes, ma'am. The fields of green, the brown and yellow.
Yeah, good. How did that feel? Talk to me about that.
It felt very open and freeing, especially on the O. I felt my transition. My mind was more prepared to transition to that O.
Good, good, good. Give me a good E vowel on green. Not pressed, just an E vowel that spins. And then I'll sing it again. I'm not gonna stop you. Think about how this next little measure is like it starts your thoughts and then you come in on a thought. Your thoughts complete the rest of the phrase. So the phrase start with the high D A blah blah silver. So that you're coming out of that. Okay. Make sure you give me a good ah vowel. Silver. And think about breathing in that vowel first so that it'll already be ready for us to go a silver white and move to the word white and then give me a good vowel on move. Let's do all that. Let's see if we can make it happen.
Okay, sounds good. The fields of green, now brown and yellow, a silvery white the moon, the distant mountains clothed in mist, an early frost the bloom has kissed. From ancient trees their gold and crimson splendor rise.
Good. Let's try it again. Good. Stop. Good. So I want you to consider vowels, one of those long notes, okay? So what vowel do you want to go to for the word mist? I tend to go towards an E vowel because it just clears it in my mind. Mm-hmm. So I think mist, and I'm going to end that phrase with an ST. Mist. So that it has a true ending. And somehow, when I end the word correctly, the whole phrase ends correctly, right? Okay. And you just think, when for the high G there on rise, spla o ah. So it's o ah. Can you think about that when you go to that? Can you just give me those? Can you just give me that? It's just the vowels there. Try it. Yeah, good. Now can I go? Good, good, good. Now let's try it one more time. And can we try it with a relaxed tongue? Good, 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 good. Are we supporting?
Not as much as we should be.
Okay, yeah, let's try. Try it again. Let's breathe into that spot I was talking to Miss Prescott about. It's right below the sternum. Right below the sternum. There's a little soft spot. Get that out and let's just try AOR again. Breathe into that spot with a relaxed tongue and try it. Good, good. Talk to me about that.
That felt very good and finished.
Good.
Which was nice.
From ancient trees. Can we start there? Just you sing it a cappella, okay? But you gotta the two things. Relax tongue, breathe to the spot. And give me a good zzz on trees. Finish the words.
Okay. From ancient trees, their gold and crimson splendor rise.
Good, 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 good. So now that z needs to happen on the body, right? It's hard. It's not the easiest thing to do, but you'll work that out, okay? Let's go on over to the middle of the next page. I guess it's 22, where you have what vowel are you going for up there?
Like a closer to an ah vowel.
Right. So be conscious of that. And I promise you, you'll have an easier time. Because you just think straight ah. You're not going to think, I don't think I'm singing a word up there. I'm singing an ah up there within this word. So can I get you to just a cappella? For autumn. Let's try it.
For autumn I'm so sorry.
Good. So can I get you to do like this with your arms, right? While you're singing. Let's try it again. Let's displace some of that tension a little bit, okay? Good. So again. Right there. And then when you get to the high, go faster. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Ready.
For autumn autumn is the promise kept.
Breathe before the word the.
Awesome.
Breathe before the word the. Why not? Why not? Can we do it again? Do me a favor. Arms up and rotate. So I can get a deeper breath. Okay, I know it's crazy, but I'm just trying to displace a little bit of the tension to get the air to go deeper, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Breathe, feel how deep you have to go to get it. Let's try it. For autumn Did you know you did take a breath?
Yeah.
Right. That's fabulous. So you do have the air.
Yeah.
You're just locking a little bit. Can we do it again since you have the air?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's try it again. And that's the tempo you take it, right?
Yes.
Good. Let's try it again. Right.
For autumn
Good. So now we're going to think dolce. We're going to breathe in with so much love and so much beauty in our heart, and we're going to sing this with so much beauty, right? So that we can get that dolce, right? Right? So we can get it to make it to feel nice and like chocolate. Can we do that? Think chocolate. You love? Do you love chocolate? Tell me you love chocolate.
I love chocolate. Yes.
So because some people are like, I don't like chocolate, and I just don't. I'm not friends with them. So anyway, so think about chocolate when you're singing this line, so you can get that dolce spot, that feel more dolce with it. Just try it. One. Now that we have the breath under control, keep the tongue relaxed.
Would you? Do you arm still up?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Awesome.
Big chocolate. Bring the chocolate to me. Bring the chocolate to me.
For autumn gentle, autumn is the promise. Amen.
Yeah. Good. Is the good more going from the old vowel. And you can breathe. So if you work out these vowels and just kindly put in the consonants on top of these vowels in a song like this that is so slow a lot of the time, then you can feel how the air needs to be managed in a piece like this. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
But that promise, you felt it. I saw you feel it. I saw that you felt it. You felt the beautifulness. You did something with it. You didn't just go up because it's like, oh my God, it's a high note. Oh my God, it's a high note. When am I gonna get off the high note? This time you felt like, oh, just beauty. Okay, last time, I'm sure my time is up, right, Miss Simpson? I'm almost done. But look, can we do this one line again, okay? Yes. And when you get to promise, think O, E, think vowels more so than the word. Oh, okay, good. Try it one more time and then we're finished. Try it. The whole thing. Love, 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 love.
For autumn gentle, autumn is the promise
kept. How did it feel?
That felt great. That felt amazing.
Yeah, vowels are our friends.
Yes.
They're our best friends when it comes to singing, especially singing pieces like this, because there's so many long notes in it. We don't sing the words, we sing vowel sounds. Okay? And just because the word is gentle, we have to pick a vowel that sounds good up there in our voice. So it may be jauntal or gentle or something that helps keep it free and all the above. That makes sense?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Very good job, Miss Richardson. I really enjoyed it. And thank you for introducing me to this song. It's so beautiful. And I listened to the whole cycle. You should listen to the whole cycle. It's quite nice. It's with piano and cello, except this song is the only one that's with piano and voice. So she did excellent work on writing this. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Richardson. Very, very lovely. Okay, this is the time where we ask our music master questions. So if anyone on Facebook has any questions they would like to ask Ms. Thomas, please put it in the comments, or our music students, Spelman students who are watching via Zoom, please place your questions in the chat. We have a question, first question from Ms. Ariel Alvarado. She's asked, Ms. Thomas, can you elaborate more on how to take deeper breaths without causing more tension in the expansion of our body?
Well, pretty much is what I said. We want to take a deep breath in, but then we start locking the bodies. Trust me, I know about all that locking of the body. I work real hard on getting unlocked because I'm asthmatic. And we tend to get asthmatics already on tense anyway. So the relaxation really does help. So if you are working in your own private time, there are a few things that I would suggest that you do. Take up yoga. It doesn't have to be the yoga where you're tying yourself in a pretzel. It can just be the yoga that gets your body nice and stretched out so that your body, first of all, is unlocked. That's first of all. So when you're taking a breath, really concentrate on whether or not the tongue, because tongue tension is real. And again, I know tongue tension is real. And if you can really focus on getting that tongue relaxed during the whole process of you singing your piece, and it starts in your warm-up. Your warm-ups should be reflecting how you are preparing yourself to sing a piece of music, okay? So if I'm thinking, I'm thinking my tongue, I'm really focusing on my tongue, and I'm focusing on where my breath needs to be. So my first thing I want to focus on is I truly try to think about putting the air here it's like at the top, can't really see me. It's really at the top of the support. And then if you focus here, then the rest of the body just kind of takes care of itself. And then I can feel that relaxed, and then I want to feel relaxed when I'm singing, even if I'm singing fast runs or anything like that. So I want to make sure the tongue is relaxed, so the tongue is out of the way of moving the larynx up and down, and the jaw is relaxed, and so that the air can automatically, without you even overthinking it, go into those resonating places. So that's what I would suggest you do. Really focus on making sure the tongue is not tensed. But there's a way, but it's interesting because when we sing in English and when we sing in German, we have to do so much diction with the consonants and making sure that we're tensing. So that we tense in the tongue. So please be sure that you're putting these consonants on the support, not on the jaw or anything like that. Okay. Yeah, a lot of mirror work. Yeah.
Wonderful. Our next question is from Kazir Stevenson. Woodall. Good afternoon, Ms. Thomas. How can we make sure our voice is constantly spinning to avoid pinched high notes?
Again, if you aren't tense, then your air wants to spin freely anyway. Of course, you talk about this with your voice teacher, and your voice teacher should be able to tell you if your voice is tense and all the above. It's hard because if you're used to singing in a tense position, you don't even know that you're not tense. So be sure that you talk to your teacher about what techniques, like the displacement of tension is I use that with my students who are really tense here. I have them rotate arms or rotate legs or do other things or squats or something like this to get the tension somewhere else in the body to get it out of here. And I know if your voice is if you breathe into the support and really are supporting, and the mechanism, the larynx is relaxed, the palate is up, and the jaw and the tongue is relaxed, your voice will spin anyway. It will just spin naturally because it's free and it wants to do that. Because that's how sound is made. It's made on waves. So that's there, and that your vibrato is the waves. Mm-hmm. So that's how we that's it. It'll do it naturally if you're free.
Okay. All right. Next question is from Tyler Jennings. What are some of the things you use to avoid dislocation? What are some of the things you use to avoid disassociation from the piece and to stay connected while singing?
What are some of the things I do? Well, sorry, read the question one more time.
Sure. What are some things you use to avoid disassociation from the piece and to stay connected while singing?
Well, this is the thing. You mean if it's on a performance, what I've done, and I think I've always done this on some level, is I practice what I'm going to do on stage. So I really am practicing my characterization, how I'm going to move, what gestures I'm going to do. Am I going to step forward at that point? Am I going to step back? Am I going to look down? Am I going to look up? Am I just going to look straight ahead and just give all the energy to the exit sign in the back of the room? You know, things like that. That keeps me, and I always try to stay in the moment of what's going on. So if you know what characterization and what mood you are trying to set, then you won't get disassociated. You know that you're giving yourself a character. And this goes true for art songs. I mean, it's easy to do it in opera because it's already designed, it's already built in. But if you're doing Swagnu, something like that, you have to create a character. How old do you create? That's the beautiful thing about art songs. You can create your own world. Who are you talking to? How do you feel when you're talking to that person? And I get all of that in. Swagnu means dedication, which means that I want to dedicate these words to you. And so that's what I do. I think about a friend of mine who I really appreciate. Ja, du weißt es, teure Seele. Yes, you know, my beloved, that you are my everything. You're my world. Because of you. And so I always bring push that message, that whole overall message for that piece. And I try to find the overall message for the piece and just ride the characterization of that through the whole piece. And therefore, I don't really get disconnected. And it starts at the downbeat. It doesn't start when I start singing. So if the piano starts first, then that's when I start. Nothing starts until I start. Right. So the whole mood of the piece, when my head's down and I come up, my accompanist and I have already discovered what the mood is going to be. So she's going to play in the mood to help support my mood. So and the diction is so instrumental in that as well. So if you know what you're talking about, your word for word translation is mega important. It's more important than the poetic because you can know what each and every word means so that you can color the phrase the way you want it to send the message of the piece. So it doesn't matter if you're singing in German, French, Italian, Russian, Spanish. If you have a mood, the audience will know what you're talking about simply because you have really done your homework on the characterization and creating the world to present to the audience.
Excellent. Thank you. Next question from Mara Suggs. Good afternoon, Maestra Thomas. Do you have any recommended warm-ups that will help us best to prepare to sing?
Okay. So these are the warm-ups that I do. This is when I left college, I went to study with this fabulous teacher in Atlanta. Her name was Betty Colson, and she's had an array of beautiful and very successful opera singers. And she was my technical teacher. I was a very natural singer, and my technique was natural, but I needed to understand my technique and why I could float and why my passaggio were almost invisible. Why? But she helped me with this. So the first thing that I do is I do lip trills. Okay, so I'll do a so I'll do a 5-9, and then you can stack them on. You can stack on sequences. You can do 5-9, 13, 5, arpeggio, which is Why do you want to do a long one like that? Because two things. It helps everything to be here where it needs to be. You can feel the vibrations with the vibrations of the pitch, which is make your pitch more accurate. And also too, it helps strengthen your air so that you can sing longer phrases. And also if you do, it also extends your range. So that lip trill is great. I also do staccato as well. You can do staccato on that sequence, which is very difficult, but if you can master it, no one can touch you when you do runs. No one. If you can do your staccato on that sequence I just did, okay? But if you can't, you can build up to it by doing arpeggio. You can do 3 in a row. Now, if you're doing them correctly, then your abdominals are really bouncing. And that just teaches you where the support is supposed to be, where you need to be feeling and how low that support has to go. And so I do those, and you can do the arpeggio also too, and making sure you're in tune, And also too, you really can't get those higher ones out unless you are relaxed. And so you need to make sure that the relaxation is there as well. So those are the two things that I would suggest you do for all those reasons that I just stated.
Okay. I don't see any more questions. I want to ask a question. I asked this of all our music masters during this time of COVID and opera houses being closed and seasons being lost. What words of encouragement can you give to up and coming students?
I would suggest that you continue doing what is like, please continue studying. Please continue getting your arias up, your art songs up. I would suggest that everybody's doing online recitals. I'm encouraging my adult studios to do online. It doesn't have to be an hour. It can be 4 songs, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Why? Because it keeps you working towards something. It keeps your mind active, and it gives you a platform to perform on. And which is so important. The more you perform, the more you refine your skill, the more you refine your stage presence, and the more you define who you are as an artist. So therefore, I need you to keep working. And so I am hoping that more African-American people will get hired to be in these operas. And I think it's coming. So I will suggest that you get yourself ready. Be ready. So when the phone call happens, you'll say, okay, I'm ready, let's go. So you don't have to try to get ready, you will already be ready. Please, please, please keep working, keep refining, keep asking questions. When you please live with your instrument, get to know your instrument, get to know what your instrument can do well and can't do well. So keep what's strong, and let's get what's weak stronger. So that when you get to your performance or that audition or any of those things, you'll already be ready. And I need for y'all to be ready so we can keep it going. Yes?
Yes. Absolutely. We do have one more question from Zaire Stevenson Woodall. What are some ways students can make connections to get noticed as a performer? Also, do you land and prepare for auditions? How do you land and prepare for auditions?
Like I just said, our content it matters now. Content matters now. So I would suggest, now listen, I said do an online recital, but be sure that it's something that you sing well. Like you can sing it down. Okay? Don't put messy stuff up because it follows you. Put your best, your uber best first. Okay? Get the best things you can sing. So if the best thing you can sing is "If I Loved You," then put it up. Okay? Okay? So because that's content. People will start looking for you. People will start. The people you don't know who knows who. You don't know. They may just come across you in a video feed that they from another video they saw. So content is one thing. Reaching out to looking on Facebook and reaching out to people, because Facebook now seems to be the new job market, market, if you will. So or Instagram or anything like that. So be sure. I would want to stress to you, if you can have a professional page and then have your homegirl, homeboys page, your friends page, friends, family. Because when people start looking for you, they should see something. You should have content on that page, and so it can serve almost as your PR. PR. What's the second half of that question again?
How do you land and prepare for auditions?
So, like I said, you have to reach out. So, like for example, if you're going to a graduate program or a young artist program, obviously you can reach out to those platforms, and they're interested. They want to hear new people. So they're always looking for someone. So be prepared for something like that. And so that's an easy way to get auditions. Opera houses are different. They reach out to who they know first. And if that person isn't there, then they go to the second person they know. And if that person isn't available, they go to the third. So like the top 5 thing. And then they'll start reaching outside of the box of the top 5. Same kind of thing with orchestra as well, a little bit, okay? So so a lot of word of mouth kind of thing, a lot of building your own concerts. Get you and your friends together and build a concert. Things. I know that a lot of young singers are trying to do concert series so that they can provide platforms. There are grants out there. One of my students just got a grant to do a Trinidadian American recital, and she's inviting friends in to sing, so she gets to help get a little paid, that way as well.
Right.
So in this day and age, it seems like we're auditioning is almost at a halt. So until auditioning starts, you get to play. The world is your oyster right now. You get to play. You get to develop. You get to create your own things, and you'll be surprised where it takes you.
We have a greeting from Ms. Laura English Robinson. She said, "Thank you, Angela and Indra, for your presentation and visiting Spelman again, even virtually. All the best."
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Now, if we can bring Ms. Grissom and Ms. Clark up, that would be wonderful. We can hear from them.
Hello,
hello, hello. I'd like to introduce to everyone the music chairman for Spelman, Ms. Paula Grissom Broughton. If you could have a few words for us, please.
Absolutely, and I'm going to make this quick. First of all, Ms. Simpson, thank you for just being a part of this, and thank you, Ms. Thomas, for a wonderful masterclass. And thank you to the CAAPA Foundation for allowing our students to receive the best from the best. So kudos to you. Thank you. We are so appreciative of this moment. Next, I want to thank Shelby and Alexis for a wonderful representation and wonderful performance. And we could just see the transformation during this masterclass. And thank you to your wonderful vocal instructors, Ms. Dillard, who's on, and Professor Clark, of course, who's here. And also, I would like to thank our accompanist, Trey Clegg. I think he was on earlier, for doing this. But to our students, thank you for taking the risk of getting out there and even singing virtually with recorded accompaniment. You have really showed another side of your perseverance. So I just want to thank everyone for being here. Thank our students who are in the attendance room, but we are just so very grateful to the CAAPA Foundation for providing this service for our students. And thank you, Ms. Clark, for putting all of this together.
Thank you, great segue. Ms. Clark, do you have a few words?
Yes, I do. First of all, this was an absolutely wonderful masterclass. Thank you so much. Maestra Thomas, it's always a joy to see you in action. The first time I saw you in action was when I came from studying in New York. I came back home to Georgia, and I saw you in Aida with Atlanta Opera. And you were just gorgeous on stage. You're gorgeous in person. And I just love your energy, and you're always so inspirational. So thank you so much. And thank you also to Ms. Simpson. I've had the joy of singing with her abroad, also in connection with Atlanta Opera. And it's always fun. And thank you so much for the work that you're doing with CAAPA. There is a lot of work that goes into this, and you are really working it and doing it. And the CAAPA organization is just a gem of an organization, bringing world-class artists to our HBCUs, such as Maestra Thomas. So thank you so very much. We are so grateful. And girls, you did a wonderful job today.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's our pleasure to do this. Ms. Thomas, do you have some parting words?
I just want to say again, thank you so much for allowing me to come into your little homes there and to give my little 2 cents to the big scope of who you are. And I hope that I was helpful and I hope that I was inspirational. We all need that in our lives. We have a lot of negativity going on these days, and I try my best to be a ray of hope and light, and to also to encourage you young ladies, especially everyone else who's watching out there, to be that light as well, so that we can, move forward, Also too, you ladies, Miss Prescott and Miss Richardson, you both sang so beautifully. You're wonderful students, and I want to encourage you to keep going, keep studying. Your voices are magnificent and beautiful. And just keep working. We're always a work in progress. I have a coaching this weekend, so we're always working. We're always refining. We're always trying to find the best of what we can be. And I want you to keep on that track and always be open and confident in what you are now, and be open to accept more. You can never be filled with love and more knowledge and all the above. So again, thank you so much. This has been wonderful and so much fun. I really appreciate you asking me, and I'm very honored. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So this concludes our latest CAAPA Virtual Masterclass with Spelman College. I hope everyone had a great time and took away some great information from Ms. Indra Thomas. CAAPA would like to thank Spelman Music Direct Chair, Ms. Paula Grissom, Coordinator of Applied Lessons and Vocal Studies, Ms. Maria Clark, Ms. Prescott, Ms. Richardson, and last but not least, Ms. Indra Thomas. Please join us this Friday, October 16th at 1 p.m., where we will be joined by mezzo-soprano Ms. Denise Graves, who will be facilitating a masterclass with students from Fisk University. You definitely want to put this in your calendar. You do not want to miss this. If you are interested in having the CAAPA Masterclass series partner with your institution, please stay and watch our exit video, and which will have our contact information. Thank you everyone for joining us, and have a wonderful afternoon.